What is up, YouTube? It is Brick Film here today, and today I'm going to show you two of my newest Lego MOCs from my Lego Fire Department. Well, one of them is new and one of them is pretty old. This is the oldest one. I've had this one done for quite a long time. And this one, oops, I'm trying to escape. This one is probably like, I think, about a week old maybe. So I'll go ahead and show you the oldest one first, and then I'll get to the newest one later. So, this is supposed to be a brush truck. Both of these are inspired by Jane Bricks, even though they look about nothing compared to the ones he did. I did not try and copy them at all, just try and do what I think a brush truck would look like. However, the hose is probably the one thing that the most inspiration, because of the way how it can go, I don't know what angle it can go up like this, it can go around, it can spin around. It's articulated right here with just a little Technic pin right there. He also has a buzzsaw, a fire extinguisher, a radio that looks way out of date, and a shovel. I don't know why. Oops. And also he has a hose on the back with this little gauge that tells you how much water is in there. But also I guess you could use like the hose to refill this thing if you wanted to, I guess, but that would make like no sense. But I guess you could if you wanted to. I'll go ahead and give you a look at the minifigure. Open this up. Come on, there we go. And this is him. And he has just the standard smiley face, just with a big old mustache and some whiskers. And if you take off his helmet, then you can see some hair detail. And this guy is probably from the 90s, I would say. The late 90s, very early 2000 probably. And he's probably running late for work today, so he forgot to shave. And I think that about covers it for this pair here. Now let's move on to the, what's it called? Fire investigator truck. So this is my Lego Fire Investigator truck, and it is probably my favorite of the two, because I think it looks so much like the real one, even though I tried not to copy it. It's like Jane Bricks, because his was, I think, 6 studs wide, and it looks more like a van, while this one looks like a heavy-duty pickup truck. Basically has fenders, a silver or chrome grill piece, headlights of course. I'm using the trans clear windshield this time. I might change it to blue because it looks a little strange compared to the other one that has the the trans light blue windshield. And you have the official Lego Fire logo on the top. I do not know what set that came in, but I'm sure some of the folks in the comments will probably post what that is. The doors on this one can open, unlike the ones on this one where I just used some panel pieces. Right there you can see. It has some storage compartments on the side also. So in here, let's see. I think this is where, yeah, I put my camera in there, even though it's like really hard to see in there right now, because it's black and it's like almost nothing in there, but there is something in there. Emergency caution lights. Oops, come on. You have your binoculars, and this right here, if I can get it out, is a flash that you can put on your camera if you want it, if it was really dark out and you need to get some light. I just used this trans blue cheese wedge piece, and these are some Star Wars binoculars, so you can see really far away because they look like really futuristic, I guess you could say. It's actually really plain on the back though, unfortunately. You just have your two tail lights and turn signals and a license plate, of course. And in this one, I think it gets a little more interesting. You have a jar of something or other. This syringe that I cut the 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 needle off of. One, because it will not fit in there otherwise, and two, because it looks like it does not have a needle on it yet. They also have a knife or dagger, I guess, and some other kind of unmarked jar or chemical. Now notice how I use the dark gray fenders on this one, but in this one I use the red ones. I think this would have just had way too much red on it if I had gone with the red fenders, but that's okay. I kind of like the dark gray better anyway because it goes along with the vehicle chassis, I think is what it's called. And windshields are also different because this is taller. The top does come off, of course, and you'll notice how I put one of these 1x2 plates with the bar sticking off the side. It's because this thing kept coming up without it, so I just added it on there in the same color scheme. So that way, like, instead of this going on there and not popping up, it stays on there quite nicely, which works out really well. And then here's your minifigure. Oops. Well, this thing just blows your head away, doesn't it? His face is also from the 90s. I have a lot of those faces, old faces. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what he looks like with his binoculars. So I can get him out of here. Come on. Come on. Oops, cap came off. And this is him with his binoculars. As you can see, his cap just barely fits on there because these binoculars are huge. And now he's looking at you for some reason. So I assume this would be like an arson squad or something, I guess you could say. And I think that does it for my LEGO fire related MOCs for today. So yeah, this is my LEGO fire investigator's truck and my LEGO brush truck. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.